Truckheads. I'm your host, Captain Diesel Nuts.
You can't be a captain. I'm a captain. We can't have two captains. You're the dude.
It's time for Truckheads.
Woohoo! Yeah!
Truckheads.
Hey, everybody. The dude and
Captain
Jav-tastic.
That's my new name.
That is your new name. I got to name you.
I thought it was Vince Diesel Nuts.
Well, yeah, but it could offend people. We'll try that out. If you like Vince Diesel Nuts,
I like the dude.
the dude.
The dudes.
How about the dude as Vince Diesel Nuts?
Vince Diesel Nuts.
How about Vince Diesel Nuts, the podcaster formerly known as the dude?
The dude. I like that.
That's not bad. That's long, though.
I love it.
We'll
should
figure
go
out what
with
that
something.
acronym is.
We'll see what happens.
We'll just see what happens. We are Truckheads.
Truckheads.
Which is, it rhymes with what most people call us, and it's a good title for the show. So Truckheads,
Truckheads.
right?
What do we talk about at Truckheads? Well, you might ask, what do we talk about?
We talk about all
Truckheads?
kinds of things. So the purpose of the show is expose truth, right, and talk about current events and current trends in the logistics trucking industry.
How that affects.
How it affects truckers, real truckers, the guys and gals out there that are cruising down the road and sleeping in their cabs and going to the truck stops and eating roller dogs and away from their families, or
It's
even
the
those that are
people-
out and back every night, but the ones that are dealing with the four-wheelers and the cops and the FMCSA and the
It's the people that run America, really.
people that run America.
Because without truckers, that's the heartbeat of our country. Without them, we don't have anything.
But it goes further than that. So, I've been in the industry for 37 years.
It's a
And when
long
I
time.
talk about truckers, I think about everybody because I've touched everything, even railroads. I've touched air freight, warehousing, all that kind of stuff. And all those people matter. All those people I include when I say truckers or freight.
Logistics.
It's logistics. And it's the warehouse workers, right? The yard jockeys that are running around, the guys that are loading the belly freight into the United Airlines and Delta Airlines and American Airlines thing, the air freighters that are
All
doing
of them.
people right up the street from here at the Ross Perot Airport or
Yep.
airfield that are blowing out
Alliance.
freighters like crazy right up here in Alliance. It's crazy. All those people, the railroaders.
Every
Right?
single one of those people are the reason why you have groceries in your refrigerator, why you have toilet paper in your bathroom, and why you have clothes on your back.
That's right. Exactly. And you have a ton of, so why another podcast? There's a ton of podcasts out there that talk about what's going on in the industry and never talk to those people. They never do those things. We're actually do the work and we're talking about those things and exposing the truth. There's no political agenda here. We're not trying to sell you anything other than watch us because we can tell you how it is. Might offend you, but don't be one of those cancel culture people that, I disagree with you, therefore I hate you. No, let's have the discussion.
We can disagree.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Say, hey, I'm going to come in and argue with you. Fantastic.
I love it.
We'll have you on
the show. We'll put a seat right there for you.
Hey, or call it.
Ooh, that would be fun. Take some phone calls from some people.
If you're scared,
Oh,
babaloo.
I would be scared to talk to these nuts.
Which nuts?
Vince Diesel nuts.
Nuts.
I gotta
The
get that
dude.
right. It's Diesel Nuts. N-U-T-Z.
And Jav-tastic.
Fantastic.
Hey, what'd you think about that intro?
I like the intro.
Really see the outro.
I'm a fan of the lamb. That lamb really.
It was supposed to be a
speaks.
lamb. It is actually like an oversized sheep, I think.
Didn't you bring it in from Ireland?
I imported it
It's
from
a
Ireland.
It's a real lamb.
I told AI, look, pretend we imported a lamb from Ireland, and that's what it came up with.
That's pretty good. I like it. Maybe we can get those suits built for us or made for us. We can talk to our sponsors and have our custom-made superhero suits.
And look, an AI is one. The reason I did it that way, I gave AI very little instruction.
Yeah.
So to see how ridiculous it would be, and I love it.
We wanted ridiculous, over the top.
I want an over the top AI. I don't want it to pretend like it's not AI.
It's
and
AI
you'll see
slop.
us. We'll do some shows where we'll just use AI for us.
Yeah.
But it'll be obvious, right?
Right.
because it's fun. Because AI is a huge thing. It's weird because when I started in the industry, it was us versus them. I started at Roadway Express with union workers,
Right.
And it was us versus them. It was management versus the union. That was the tension, right? And all the way now, 37 years later, It's now the trucker versus all these other things, fuel and FMCSA and regulation and illegals driving, ruining their stuff, and the
Ooh.
Alabama slammers or the Louisiana slammers. You know, the lawyers that were paying people to go out and
Yes.
get in accidents on purpose and that type of
But
shit.
are you talking about the ambulance chasers from back
And
in the
the
day?
ambulance
Do you remember
chasers from
those
back in the
cats?
day. Yeah. Well, they're here now, but now they make $87 million per case and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But not only are they dealing with that, they're dealing with AI. And that's
AI
why
has
I
its
made
place.
the intro AI.
I feel like AI has its place. AI is very useful. You can implement AI into your business plan and your everyday, dealings with your company.
But how do you do that
but-
when you're driving for?
But that's the
for a
thing is
living,
like,
dude?
yeah, how do you?
What if you own 2 trucks and you're driving one of them?
Well, how do you feel about also like people are starting to get AI fatigue? How do you feel about that?
I don't have AI fatigue.
Like, people are like, hey, like we want to see real stuff now.
No, it's cool. Look, society ebbs and flows. It goes in waves. Right?
Oh yeah,
And this is
we're
just
very fickle people.
very fickle. And this is another one of those fickle things. Except it could take hold because even though we as a people are fickle, there are governments, et cetera, that aren't, that are going like this, and we're going like this, and sometimes we're not eye to eye on how we should be dealing with these things because we're free.
Yeah, how's AI implementing in the trucking business?
Well, a lot of it's BS.
How's it being implemented?
Well, a lot of it is just the letters. It's not the actual technology. They're just implementing the letters and saying, hey, it's driven by AI. But really, are you sure it's not just really good computing power, or is it actually AI?
like there's like analysts and engineers that are behind all that are telling the AI what to do.
Well, there's analysts and engineers that are doing that, but there's also people that are just running there's like better programs now that may have been produced by coders, et cetera, that used AI to get that code and then fix it up and clean it.
Right.
But that's not you using AI.
Right.
Right.
No, it's not you depending on AI.
Correct.
Like I was saying, AI has its
is not,
place.
if you're using what you think is AI in order to be able to pump out 5,000 spam emails a day, you're part of the problem, and it's not AI.
It's just you making those choices. Right.
You're just doing something stupid that's actually hurting the industry because do you answer more or less spam?
I answer more spam.
I answer none.
Like, you know what I do? I ignore it, but I don't. What do you mean by answer it?
Well, I mean, even read the stuff.
Oh, I don't read it.
No.
I get a lot of it.
That's what I'm saying.
getting
You get a
spam on
ton
my
of it,
phone.
But when you
Which
get
is
it every
really
once in a
annoying.
while, you might go, oh, what is that? Now I don't look at it. If I don't know you, or it's not obvious that I called you first, you ain't getting through to me.
No wonder you keep not writing me back on all those emails.
That's 'cause I
and
don't
stuff.
like you.
He doesn't like me. Yeah, I'm like, Michael, I've texted you 5 times. What the heck?
I'm like,
No,
Javier, who
but
the
have
hell's
you noticed? But,
Javier?
I mean, our spam is crazy. Javier. This guy can't even say my name. Javier says this AI stuff that's affecting our emails.
Yeah.
Right. We're getting so much more of these, like, because companies are using AI to help automate like a lot of their, marketing.
Yeah,
and
it doesn't work
emails
for
and
me.
Stuff. It's like constant. It blows up my phone.
I'm already a marketer's nightmare
And
because
then-
I don't care. I
Right. Well,
know
because
you're
it makes
just
me
trying to make
angry.
money.
It's like,
Oh, yeah.
okay, like I've gotten the 5th email like today over this product that your AI is spurting out.
Yeah.
And all it does is turn me off and into the fact that I'm like, I don't want nothing to do with your company now.
But now, what I'm saying is this: it hurts other legitimate people because included in these drivers and warehousemen and all that kind of stuff are the brokers. And there's brokers out
That's a
there
good point.
that are actually doing the research
right.
and figuring out who you are and what your company is and what you need. And they're trying to get a hold of you with an actual solution that is well thought out, well constructed, and will benefit your company.
Right.
But they can't get through to you because the bonehead down the street is using this program to blast all this crap. And they think his crap is your crap too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the moats are getting bigger and bigger and it's harder. And that's hurting the industry because collaborative, intelligent discussion and development is stifled because of that. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. Now, in your opinion, where does AI fall as far as like, well, what
Research,
can we use
intelligence.
AI for?
Okay, this is what we should be using it for. Like in that specific instance, the guy, the broker, the salesperson, the owner operator who's got to make all those sales calls themselves. I mean, it's time to take off the HR and the mechanic hat and the driver hat and put on the sales hat because they
Right.
wear all of those. AI can help them do that if
Right.
it's done right, because then they can use it to research, know, and target those companies that are going to be good for their business in their routes, most efficient, make the money, and make a good sales call, and actually put them in somewhere where they actually are a benefit to.
Right. So, like I was saying, AI has
That's
its
where it
place.
should be. Yes, 100%.
AI has this place.
100% it does.
And you have to be smart, and you have to be almost like intuitive of where you're going to put AI in your business.
Yes.
How are you going to implement it in your daily
That's right.
running of your business, right?
That's right.
Without overusing it, without fatiguing people with AI.
100%.
Because people get AI fatigue. Like even just in the creative industry, which I'm in the creative field.
That's hard to believe.
Even in my industry, you get people who are we're using AI for photography and for video.
Yeah.
But they were turning this stuff in as an actual product. And it wasn't like a funny video.
Well, even using
it was literally like, hey, here's my work, but it was created using AI completely. I'm like, at that point, like as a consumer, you're like, well, hold on a second. I needed this product shot, or I needed a video of this or whatever. And it's all AI.
It's all AI, and you can tell it's phony. It's
you
crap.
could tell it's AI.
Well, it's almost like when, as I was growing up, you went from like bands who like started in their garage and did these things and did, you know what I mean, and then started to make it and made it popular. It was obvious because they were unpolished.
Right.
They had some problems, there was
Sure.
and that's what was beautiful about the music.
Well, because
then
they became a gem.
Yeah, and then you started getting these corporate plants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These Disney types where they're not an artist.
No.
There's a bunch of marketers who figured out how to write tunes around this
Sure.
person.
It was a success.
Yeah, it was, and that's
well,
all
I think
it was,
I know,
right?
and that affected. Look how it affected the music industry.
Oh,
the way our kids listen to music. You know what's funny? One of the things about my kid, I have a 16-year-old boy, and he's an old soul. He loves old music. He loves Michael Jackson. He loves like the Bee Gees. The Eagles. He loves listening to old music.
People who are actual artists that struggled and were doing the stuff.
Right. They could actually sing.
Yeah.
Or you heard them unplugged. And
they were the same.
Sound incredible.
They were the same.
You get like Simon and Garfunkel. They actually could harmonize like that.
They actually sang like that. What they did. Oh God, we could get into that for minutes. But and all those things are examples that come back to the broker, the driver, the even the executives that are out there looking at AI and how to use AI, and why I say using it correctly is important.
Right.
And one of the things that we're talking about doing is those that are going to do it, because it could be used and it will be. I know some things. I know a few things that will help people compete.
Right.
There's things coming.
Well, I feel like it makes you like you have to jump on. It's not so much jumping on the bandwagon, but you have to jump on this technological train because it is advancing.
It's not going to stop either.
You can't be left behind on
No.
it. So, but you have to be intuitive of how you're going to implement this new technology in your business.
That's right.
Like even especially as a trucking company in the logistics field, how are you going to implement AI to help you run your everyday to day operations? How are you going to move freight? How are you going to optimize your fuel surcharges? How are you going to optimize drivers retention? That's another thing too. Is like, how are you using AI to help make your business successful and not just creating slop AI out there?
Yeah, exactly.
So, one of the biggest problems that plagues logistics companies, and you can confirm this since you've been in the industry for so long. This is for me from not being in the industry very long, only the last 3 or 4 years, is driver retention. That seems to be one of the biggest issues in a lot of logistics companies, especially truckers, is the driver retention and how you keep. First of all, how you recruit your drivers.
Yeah.
Quality drivers.
Yeah.
And not foreign drivers, right?
Well,
so much foreign.
I don't like. I mean, you could say. I know what you mean by foreign, right? And there's somebody going foreign. You don't like foreign drivers, because I've had that argument with people before. It's like I'm not talking about foreign driving. I'm talking about illegal foreign drivers.
Right.
There are illegal drivers out there who are actually not foreign, who are citizens who don't have legitimate CDLs. And they're just as bad.
And they're
all just bad.
And they're causing problems.
Barrier to entry is what I say, what I call it. There's so many different things underneath that barrier to entry and how they're impacted. And AI can help solve a lot of those issues.
Right.
But retention of drivers is because of barrier to entry. Period. I mean, think of it this way. If it were harder to get a business and so you really needed to to know your stuff, and you had to go through legitimate vetting and so on and so forth. And you couldn't just get an MC number and a DOT number from the FMCSA by just sending them a few bucks and writing out a couple things on a computer.
Right.
Boom, you're a carrier. You know what I mean? What if you actually had to prove you knew what you were doing and stuff? You'd probably have better companies that were treating their drivers a little bit better, more professional.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you wouldn't have that turnover that is that bad, right?
How bad is the turnover?
Well, there's some companies out there that's over 100% a year.
So
per year.
So you don't even
They're spending
see
millions and millions of dollars.
It's not
just
the same
recruiting.
drivers from what you started in January to when you ended
Oh,
in
God,
December.
yeah. Well, it could be. I mean, they go and they come back. They're just constantly flipping and flipping because everybody's trying to get
Like car salesmen.
Yeah, it's a very insane. But here's the thing: in the industry, it's the turnover in the upper management and stuff like that's not as high, but it still is.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, you're back with those guys.
It's the guys that put boots to the ground.
It
the
is,
drivers.
but driver retention is really because it's a difficult job, and they're the ones that get thrown into grease.
Right. They're the ones that get
Right?
thrown under the bus when things go wrong too.
They do. And they're always looking for greener grass, which
Sure.
is partly their fault, but it's motivated by issues that they're real issues.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to be home every night. I want regular routes. I don't want to be all over the country all the time. I don't like the business that you're in because all my customers that I go to, none of them let me use the bathroom. There's no parking on this route.
I
There's
can't
no
wear
this-
sandals.
Yeah, I
while
can't.
I'm driving.
Right. I'm not getting paid enough. I can't wear sandals. I can't wear shorts. I can't have my dog in the car. There's all these things that,
Right.
that happen that we'll discover because we'll be talking to those drivers.
So we have two issues. We have the recruiting process.
Yeah.
And then we have the actual plan to retain these drivers.
That's right.
on
Because
board.
and part of it is, the recruiting process. Hey, you're going to make millions of dollars and all this kind of stuff. And it's all BS.
Yeah. Well, because when they get there, they're disillusioned by how it actually works.
Yeah.
How the company is run.
Yeah.
How management handles
Sure.
problems and handles, conflict. And then what happens is
And by a
then-
dispatcher who's too scared to tell the customer that, hey, look, it's against the law for me to make that happen.
right.
Instead, they say, well, the driver's a piece of crap and this happened. And
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
Well, they throw
And
them
they-
under the bus.
Yeah,
just
and they
like we
hang
said
up
a
and then
second
call the
ago.
driver and say, you got to go. Well, I'm out of hours. I don't care. You got to drive
Make it
another
happen.
hour. Yeah, make it happen. Just make it happen,
And then you have a driver that's unhappy. And
That's
then you have a
exactly-
driver that
and
jumps
leaves.
ship and goes to the next company.
And then they promise, oh, we're never like that until a customer calls. Then they're like that again. The whole industry is like that, dude. It's all all over the
There's
place.
a lot of industries that are like that.
Oh, yeah, 100%. There are.
I mean, seriously.
It's everywhere.
They all have to deal with this stuff. But I mean, that's one of the biggest things we're seeing right now, especially with drivers, like the Strait of Hormuz and all that stuff that's going on there with the gas.
You're
and the
talking about Chile?
surcharges, Chile, not Hormel.
Oh.
Not the Strait of Hormel.
The
Hormuz. No, you've got the stuff going on overseas. You've got, the tariffs that's happened.
Well, they
you
get
know,
screwed on. They get screwed on fuel.
when the tariffs happen, when the fuel stuff happens, and it all trickles down and it affects the truck drivers.
Yep.
Because they're the ones who are
That's right.
out of work. Like
That's
when
right.
that whole thing happened, when we had all those ships sitting on in
San
the
Pedro.
bays,
In San Pedro, there
and
was
nothing was being offloaded from these ships.
Yeah.
Then there was nothing for the truck drivers to drive across America.
But shortly that happened.
Right.
But then the truck drivers started to make a buku bucks.
Yep.
And then what do we do? Because it's low barrier to entry, boom, all this capacity happened. And now when the demand contracts, there's too much and they all starve.
Right.
And then they start going back out. And that's why we're in the mess we're in right now. Irresponsible growth happened.
Right. So
You know
what
what I mean?
happened?
Hmm.
Okay. What happened in the industry that made us go out? Well, not us, but made companies go out and try and fill that demand with illegal drivers, illegal immigrant drivers.
They were available.
But why? Like why?
The
Why,
money.
why did they? Was it because they were? I mean, were they just not paying them enough? Were they not paying them enough?
What do you
Were-
mean?
Like they were paying them a lot less money than a
Well,
driver
first
that
of
was
all, a
not
lot
here?
of drivers were leaving their companies and going out and getting their own MCs.
Okay.
Right? So a lot at the beginning, capacity didn't much change. It looked like it. So there's a lot of people going, wow, look at how many more trucking companies there are. Well, if 5 people, look, if you have Night Swift, right, which is huge amount of capacity, and 5 people leave it, now you have 6 trucking companies,
Hmm.
no more capacity.
Yeah. No, I mean,
But your trucking company, trucking companies as capacity just grew 600%.
right.
And they'd report that. And it was BS. It grew 0.
Right.
Right.
So when
But then to replace those guys, they hire people.
Right.
And of course, you're going to hire the cheapest person you can get.
The
legally.
people can't read the signs.
Legally,
you
it
know,
didn't
like,
matter.
yeah,
It was
sure.
legal to hire him, so they hired him.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's the same in the construction business. It's the same in
100%
HVAC,
it is.
where basically these employers are taking advantage of the situation and hiring people that don't know any better, that want the money, cash
Yep.
under the table,
Yep.
and also that can't really say anything, because if you do, you're going to get deported.
You're an illegal.
So you don't have much to say.
And here's the thing is people get angry at those people, and all they're doing is coming here to try and better their families. It's not their fault. We need to do better with that type of stuff. I'm not saying we should open the borders. We should not.
No.
You should come here legally.
I don't
but we
think
should
so.
set up the system so that it works for the
Right.
people who come here, and we get the right people in the door. That's what
Right.
I'm saying.
Well, because
The system is
the
broken.
bottom line is that the trucking industry is the heartbeat of America.
It is, and the truckers all take a bad rap because you got these people doing U-turns every other day in Florida and killing people.
Exactly.
Who can't even read the
that
damn.
can't read the sign.
Yeah,
So that gives them a bad name. But the thing is that you have to understand that these good folks of the American folks that are driving our trucks.
Yeah.
These people that are
well,
here.
even the
they're the ones
immigrants
putting
that are
all the
here
work
legally
in.
that are doing it right. They're the
Yeah.
ones getting a bad rap.
Right. But that goes to show is that how important, how essential these folks are
Oh, yeah.
to the well-being of our country, to the
100%.
success of American
100%.
people. Nothing moves without a truck.
Nothing moves
Nothing
without
moves
a truck.
without a truck.
You know what it does? You know what a truck doesn't move without? And also, they can't get it without another truck.
Gasolina.
Gasolina, fuel.
Fuel. Talk to me about fuel.
Fuel.
What's going on with that?
It irritates me so bad. I've been screaming about this for years. I guess it is years. Because when fuel went up in like 2008 or whatever it was, this is when I first started screaming about it, because it was a lot of companies and a lot of people finally figured out that trucking companies were making ass loads of money on fuel surcharge.
Yeah.
And it was on their P&L. And when it went up, everyone, maybe we shouldn't be doing that. But
Right.
they didn't change anything.
Sorry,
They didn't
officer,
change anything.
They're not going to do that.
It didn't change anything. The trucking companies that try and tell you that they're hurting because fuel is up and they're complaining about it, baloney. They love it being up for two reasons. The legacy guys, the big guys.
Yeah.
Because they're not buying it for that price,
Mm.
right? They're buying it for rack plus or minus, which is wholesale.
It's
and
wholesale.
sometimes it's a percent underneath that, so that their 1,000 trucks go to pilots instead of flying J's.
Well, yeah, it's business
and
101.
buy everything
Buying
else.
it at
It's business,
wholesale.
yeah, it's business.
Sure.
It's business 101. They love it when it's up for one. It kills off the competition. It's the little guys. It's me and you owner operators that go because we don't have the buying
we
power
don't.
to get those
We
type
don't.
of pricing.
Nope.
Right?
We don't have the
One.
deep pockets.
Two, they've got these they've got these fuel surcharges that are out there that are, if price goes up here, then your fuel surcharge goes up 20% or 30%. They're making money on that.
Right. And who pays for that?
Me and you and the little guys, the little
It's
drivers.
the consumer, right?
Because a little driver, when diesel goes up to $4, they got to pay it $4.
So when diesel nuts goes up, they have to pay $4 for it.
I got to go pay it. I go up and, hey, you don't recognize me? I'm Vince Diesel Nuts. They
Vince
go,
Diesel
yeah,
nuts.
yeah.
Well, it
yeah.
hurts your pocket, man.
No, it does.
I mean,
kills
you
me.
have to pay for that. You have to chill it out because they're not going to absorb the cost.
That's right. And it's bogus because it's supposed to be futures for hedging. It's a financial instrument that's supposed to be, and it's been completely bastardized. All it is an investment tool for a bunch of jackasses who never smelled diesel, couldn't point to a Peterbilt
Right.
versus a Daimler if you put a gun to their head.
Well, it's a high commodity.
And they're making a ton of money.
It's a high commodity,
Yeah,
and
and it shouldn't be.
That's the way they trade.
Shouldn't
It's
be.
like the whole gas prices.
We bomb Iran, and the guys in hauling freight down the road from us go out of business because fuel goes up, even though
Right.
we get zero oil
That
from there.
matters not to us. So the gas that you paid for last week at $3.28 now is $3.68, even though those tanks were filled weeks before at that price.
Yeah.
But because of this world conflict or whatever is happening, the Ayatollah sneezed or got a cold. Well, the gas prices went up because, oh no, like they're not going to be able to produce as much oil. So we
Who
got to raise
cares?
this gas. Nobody, that is not true. That is not what's going to happen. So that gas has already been paid for.
Yeah.
And it's sitting there in the tank of the gas station, and we're paying at $3.28. But something happens, and that same gas is now worth $3.68 today, even though it's the same gas.
Yeah.
That is the scam.
That's a scam.
That's where
exactly right.
That's where
Doesn't cost them any more to get
nope,
it.
that's the scam. Now maybe the next fuel load, maybe the next load is going to cost a little more because gas did go up.
But you're just
that
following
has
the
nothing
price.
to
But
do-
that price going up is bogus too,
Right.
right? So even if you'd corrected it in the sense that you're talking about,
Right.
it's still bogus.
It's still bogus.
Yeah, it's still.
But
correct.
at least it
And
makes
hurts
sense.
the little guys.
But at least it makes sense.
There's so many things that they have to navigate, and look at all the FMCSA laws and legislation and what Duffy's doing and all this kind of stuff. So they took 150 million dollars. They took out to solve the parking crisis.
Yeah.
You know how much it costs for a single one?
No.
Close to $1 million. Look, it's a little less than that, but
And they took out
it's $1 million
$150
a mile for a highway, a single lane highway. How many parking spaces? It's like 100 and it's like maybe 15,000 parking spaces is what $150 million will get you. It's not much.
Right.
Ask anybody who develops land and go, look, if you wanted to make me an acre of land that was a parking spot, a parking place for trucks, would it even make any impact at all in that one little region of the country? No,
Right.
It's not big enough. How much would it cost you? An acre of blacktop.
Right. Which is what? Negligible?
10, 15 million bucks.
Right.
I mean, $150 million is zero. It's nothing. And that's the other thing that irritates me about this whole thing is then you have private people trying to make, clubs and stuff like that
Sure.
where you pay for parking, which pisses off the drivers even more because now free places, the little that there are, they had to pay for.
Yep.
Because now people are going, oh, we can make money off of these.
So now you roll that into the cost.
Now roll that into the cost
now-
on top
so-
of the fuel that they shouldn't be paying.
So should we go buy a big
then
stretch
let's-
of land somewhere in Van Horn, Texas, and charge truckers to park there?
Right? No, what we should
Hmm.
look. Here's the thing: Eisenhower. I like Ike, and I love Ike. Ike built the interstate highway system.
Sure.
Right?
Which we
Built
have
it.
the best. Was some
It's
of
the
the best
infrastructure,
in the world,
right? And our taxes pay for it. And why is it there? For commerce and for self-defense. Period.
Right.
It wasn't there so that we could drive around.
No.
We just benefit from that.
Right.
Right. What he forgot to do? Parking. Why isn't that part of our national infrastructure for
For
that the
trucks.
government has to provide for the trucks?
Right. Because trucks, again, folks, what did we learn today? Trucks are what make America move.
And it's national security.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be able to move our goods.
Yep.
We
that's
have
the
to
whole
have an
point of the
economy.
highways
We have
and the
to-
railroads. I
Yeah.
mean, you got to move tanks. You got to
railroads
You got to
too.
move everything. So
Railroads
from the East Coast to the West Coast, from the
100%.
north to the south. I mean, that's the whole point.
100%.
So
I think I have written down here burritos too. Does that make sense? Do we want to talk about burritos?
we want to talk about the new
Maybe it's
burrito.
barrios.
Barrios,
We don't want to talk
The
about that either,
neighborhoods?
do we?
the El Paso barrio.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, that's from. I'm originally from El Paso.
Are you?
That's as far west as you can get and still be in Texas.
El Paso is?
El Paso
You
is.
can't get any further west.
No, because if you do, you're in New Mexico.
Oh, no way.
That's where I grew up, man. El
Is El
Paso.
Paso cool?
It's cool. It's a very unique city. It's a huge. It's grown. Last time I was there last year, I was like my jaw dropped on how massive El Paso has gotten.
Really?
I mean, it's just exploded. That's another. El Paso is like a huge. It's a mecca also for logistics and trucking and stuff
Yeah.
because it's right on the border.
Yeah.
So you've got your international
Yeah.
stuff, and then also touches from the south all the way. You've got I-10 that'll go up to California, and then it'll go to across Texas.
Mhm.
So you got the big interstate that goes literally right through El Paso. Great town.
Is it
It's a desert town, beautiful
Never
mountains.
been there. I've been
People
out
are
south
great.
of there into like Big Bend National Park and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
Big Bend's a little more on the more east.
It is.
southeast.
It's down the Rio.
right down the Rio.
Yeah.
Yeah. So El Paso's a very interesting town, but they have their challenges with as far as logistics goes as well because they've got to worry about all the stuff that comes over the border.
Yeah.
Because now you've got a whole other set of problems.
Yeah, a whole nother percent of problems. It's
I mean,
exactly
it's
right.
A lot.
Because now we're going after the cabotage, right? The guys coming across and going back.
So you have to fight.
They're
against
not
them
legal
now.
either.
No, they're not.
not anymore.
Oh my gosh, like it's so funny because El Pasoans, it's funny, and I'll probably get some flack for this, but every time like an El Pasoan would see a Mexican license plate,
Yeah.
you would cringe and just be like, oh, because 9 out of 10 times people coming over from them didn't have insurance.
Oh,
So,
gosh.
they're like the uninsured motorist. So they hit you or they ding you or something in your car. Like,
Then you're
good
drunk.
luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck with
You're not
that.
going to get it.
Good luck.
Might as well just,
Out in
might as
that
well just,
West
whatever.
Texas
Yeah.
town of El Paso.
Marty Robbins. That's the
I
reason why
fell
he sang about
in
it.
love with a Mexican girl.
And her name was Crystal. That's my wife.
Is that right?
Yes.
Is she Mexican?
She's half.
Really?
She's half.
No H en Mexico.
No, I'm full
Right.
blooded.
Right on, brother.
Except from the shoulder up, I'm a little more white.
Oh, I thought you were trying to show us your massive biceps.
Shoot.
Of course, I work out.
Captain Jav-tastic does not.
Wait till you guys see the outro coming up in
Oh
13
my
seconds.
gosh.
Got
Hey,
13
guys.
seconds.
Thanks for hanging out with us today here on Truckheads. I'm Captain Jav-tastic.
Hey, I am Vince Diesel Nuts. No, I'm the dude.
The dude. Thanks
I
for
am
hanging
the
out with us today,
dude.
guys. We can't wait for the next
We're Truckheads,
one.
man.
Truckheads.
Peace.
Via con Dios, Truckheads.
Did you just put on cologne? You know we're recording. I love that. I'm leaving that in the beginning.